Ladies and gentlemen, listen carefully. Life does not wait for your feelings to catch up. Your dreams, your purpose, your destiny, they don't pause because you woke up tired, discouraged, or frustrated. Every moment you hesitate, every time you allow your emotions to dictate your actions, you give delay a chance to steal your progress. Consistency is not about how you feel. It is about commitment. It is about discipline. It is about showing up when no one is watching. The world will never hand you your breakthrough on a silver platter. It will test your resolve. It will challenge your faith. It will demand more than your fleeting motivation. But that's the point. You see, feelings are fickle. Some days you wake up ready to conquer the world. Other days you want to hide under the covers. The difference between those who succeed and those who settle is not in the feeling. It is in the doing. It is in the action, repeated day after day, regardless of the storms in your mind or the weariness in your body. Greatness is built on the foundation of consistency. It is forged in the quiet moments of persistence. It is the small, faithful steps taken when the applause is absent, when the recognition is delayed, when doubt whispers louder than encouragement. Do not wait for inspiration to strike. Do not wait for the perfect mood or the perfect timing. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Do it again tomorrow, and the next day, and the day after that. Consistency compounds. Every effort, every action, every moment of obedience adds up to something greater than the eye can see. So when you feel tired, tired in your soul, tired in your spirit, tired in your body, keep going. Your feelings are not your master. Your purpose is. Rise up, show up, push forward. Your life be a testament that success is not dictated by feelings, but by faithfulness. Let the world see that you are unshakable, unmovable, and unstoppable. And one day, the life you have been building quietly, persistently, faithfully will rise up and declare that your consistency has paid off. To speak to you today about a truth so simple yet so profound that it has the power to change the trajectory of your life. That truth is this: action over emotion. Too often, we allow how we feel to dictate what we do. We wake up some mornings, our heart's heavy, our mind's clouded, and we decide to wait. We wait for the perfect moment, for the perfect mood, for the perfect feeling. And in that waiting, life passes us by. You see, feelings are temporary. Emotions are fleeting. One moment you feel strong, confident, and unstoppable. The next, fear, doubt, and discouragement creep in. One day you feel motivated to chase your dreams. The next you feel drained, exhausted, and ready to give up. But life does not pause for your feelings. Your destiny does not care whether you feel like it today or not. What matters is action. Action is what separates those who achieve from those who only dream. It is what distinguishes the successful from the stagnant. Action does not wait for the storm to pass. Action does not ask permission. Action moves forward even when your heart trembles, even when your mind protests, even when your soul cries out for rest. Action is what builds momentum. Action is what creates progress. Action is what turns potential into reality. Consider the great figures in history. The ones whose names we remember and whose impact still resonates today. They were not always motivated. They were not always inspired. They did not always wake up feeling like champions, yet they acted. They acted when it was hard, when it was uncomfortable, when every part of them wanted to quit. They acted not because of how they felt, but because of what they knew they were called to do. And that, my friends, is the secret. Purpose must override emotion. Purpose gives you a reason to act when feelings fail. When your energy is low, your mind is confused, and your spirit is weary. Purpose will whisper to you, keep moving, do not stop. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. That whisper is louder than any fear, stronger than any doubt, more powerful than any discouragement. Purpose is the engine that drives action over emotion. Emotions are not enemies. They are not bad. They are part of being human. But they are unreliable. You cannot depend on them to guide your life, to achieve your goals, or to fulfill your dreams. Feelings change like the weather. Action, on the other hand, is constant. Action does not wait. Action does not question. Action does not give excuses. Action says, I will do it no matter how I feel. Think about it. How many times have you missed opportunities because you were waiting to feel ready? How many doors have closed because you hesitated, hoping your emotions would catch up with your vision? Life does not reward waiting. Life rewards doing. Life rewards those who move even imperfectly, even hesitantly, even reluctantly, because action compounds over time. One step leads to another. One decision leads to another. One consistent effort eventually transforms into greatness. There is a saying that discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you do not want to do it. That is exactly what action over emotion is. Discipline is not about forcing yourself to feel motivated. Discipline is about moving forward, taking steps, completing tasks regardless of your emotional state. Discipline bridges the gap between dreams and reality. Discipline turns vision into execution. Discipline says, I will act even if I do not feel like it because I know that action is what leads to results. Sometimes the hardest part is simply starting. But once you start, momentum builds. Even when your heart is heavy, even when your mind is clouded, even when your body aches, movement creates energy. Movement generates clarity. Movement breaks the chains of hesitation and fear. Action over emotion is not about perfection. It is about persistence. It is about refusing to let temporary feelings dictate permanent outcomes. It is about showing up, doing the work, and trusting that the results will follow. Look at every successful person, every thriving business, every accomplished dream. They all share this principle. They did not wait for the perfect mood, the perfect moment, or the perfect feeling. They acted. They acted consistently, even when the odds were against them. They acted in uncertainty. They acted through fear. They acted in weakness. And because they acted, they moved mountains that others only dreamed of moving. Your feelings will lie to you. They will tell you that you are not ready, that you are not enough. The world is too big, that the task is too hard. But action tells the truth. Action proves your strength. Action reveals your potential. Action opens doors that fear tried to lock. Action creates opportunities that doubt tried to hide. Action is the bridge between who you are today and who you are meant to become. Do not wait for your feelings. Do not let your emotions control your destiny. Choose action. Choose to move forward even when it is uncomfortable. Choose to take the next step even when your heart says no. Choose to persevere even when your spirit is tired, because every step you take, every effort you make, every action you commit to will bring you closer to your purpose, your dreams, and your breakthrough. Remember, action over emotion is not just a principle, it is a lifestyle. It is the daily decision to show up, to do the work, to honor your calling regardless of how you feel. When you live this way, you will discover a strength within you that is unshakable, unstoppable, unmovable. You will become a person who does not rely on temporary motivation but thrives on eternal discipline. You will become a person whose life declares, without question, that feelings do not determine your destiny. Actions do. So rise up, start today. Take one step, one task, one effort, then do it again tomorrow. Let your life be a testimony that action over emotion is the key to success, to fulfillment, to victory. Show the world that no matter how you feel, you are committed to your purpose. Let your actions speak louder than your emotions. Let your life be proof that perseverance, discipline, and consistent effort will always outlast fleeting feelings. And one day, you will look back and see that the life you dreamed of, the goals you longed for, the success you sought, was built not on feelings, but on the courage to act. Action over emotion, that is your path, that is your power. That is your promise to yourself. Commitment is king. Listen carefully, because the world will test you, challenges will confront you, and emotions will try to sway you. But commitment is the crown that cannot be taken from those who wear it faithfully. Commitment is not a feeling. Commitment is not temporary motivation. Commitment is the unwavering choice to stay the course, to do what must be done, regardless of circumstances, distractions, or doubts. You see, many people talk about dreams, goals, and visions. They talk about desires, plans, and ambitions. But talk alone does not change your life. Excuses do not produce results. Hope without action is empty. What separates those who succeed from those who fall short is commitment. Commitment is what turns a plan into a reality. Commitment is what transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary outcomes. Commitment is king because it rules over uncertainty, it dominates fear, and it governs the storms of life. Commitment is a choice. It is a decision to show up every single day, even when you do not feel like it. It is the determination to stay loyal to your goals, your dreams, and your purpose, even when the road gets tough. Life is going to test you. Life will throw obstacles in your path. Life will present setbacks, failures, and disappointments. And in those moments when everyone else is tempted to quit, commitment whispers, keep going. Stay the course. This is not the end. Consider the people who have achieved greatness. They were not necessarily the most talented, the most intelligent, or the luckiest. They were, without exception, the most committed. They refused to give up when things got difficult. They refused to compromise when the path was challenging. They refused to abandon their vision because of fear, criticism, or temporary discomfort. Commitment carried them through the storms that would have stopped others. Commitment made them kings in their own lives, rulers of their destiny. Commitment is not easy. Commitment requires sacrifice. Commitment demands discipline. Commitment asks you to go beyond what feels comfortable. Commitment challenges you to remain loyal to your purpose when the world around you seems chaotic, when support is scarce, and when the applause is absent. Commitment is forged in the fires of difficulty. It grows stronger with every challenge, every test, every trial. And the beauty of commitment is this: it never fails the one who honors it. Many people underestimate the power of commitment because they confuse it with motivation. Motivation is temporary. Motivation comes and goes like the wind. One day you feel motivated, the next day you feel discouraged, but commitment is consistent. Commitment does not depend on how you feel. Commitment depends on your decision to act, to persevere, and to endure. Commitment says, I will not be swayed by circumstances. I will not be moved by emotion. I will keep pressing forward because my purpose demands it. Think about the small choices you make every day. Commitment is present in those choices. It is the decision to complete what you started, even when distractions try to pull you away. It is the choice to practice, to prepare, to work, to learn, and to grow, even when no one is watching. Commitment is the quiet, persistent force that transforms average effort into extraordinary achievement. Commitment is king because it does not rely on external validation, does not seek recognition. It does not bow to convenience. It is loyal, unyielding, and unstoppable. Your dreams, your vision, your destiny, they will all demand a level of commitment that cannot be faked. Half-hearted efforts, sporadic attempts, occasional dedication will not carry you to the level you are meant to reach. Commitment requires all of you. It requires your mind, your body, and your spirit. It requires you to rise above excuses, to push past fear, and to continue when the odds seem impossible. Commitment is the crown you wear when others fall. It is the throne upon which success sits. Commitment is king because it endures where talent fails, where luck falters, and where emotion wavers. Commitment is contagious. When people see your unwavering loyalty to your purpose, they are inspired. They witness your refusal to quit. They are moved. Your commitment becomes a testimony, a light that others follow. It is not just about achieving your own goals. It is about showing the world what is possible when dedication becomes king. You cannot lead without commitment, cannot build without commitment. You cannot achieve without commitment. Commitment is the foundation upon which all lasting success is built. Commitment is also the key to overcoming setbacks. Life will not always go according to plan. You will face rejection, failure, and disappointment. If you are committed, those setbacks are temporary. Commitment allows you to rise again and again, stronger, wiser, and more determined than before. Commitment does not allow defeat to define you. Commitment empowers you to redefine your story. It turns obstacles into opportunities, challenges into lessons, trials into triumphs. Commitment is king because it rules over adversity. Make a decision to be committed, not just when it is convenient, not just when you feel like it, not just when things are easy, but always. Commit to showing up, to doing the work, and to honoring your purpose every single day. Commit to finishing what you start. Commit to walking through the fire of life with courage and integrity. Commit to excellence regardless of recognition or reward. Commit to your dreams because the world will not hand them to you on a silver platter. They belong to those who are willing to be loyal, consistent, and unshakable in their pursuit. Talent can impress, luck can assist, intelligence can guide, but commitment conquers all. Commitment carries you through the storms. Commitment propels you beyond fear. Commitment ensures that no matter what comes against you, your purpose will be fulfilled. Commitment is kin, and when you choose to wear this crown, nothing can dethrone you. I will be committed. I will stay the course. I will honor my purpose. I will not give up no matter the challenge, no matter the trial, no matter the delay. Commitment is my crown, and I will wear it faithfully. When you live this way, when commitment becomes the law by which you operate, life itself will bow before you. Doors will open, opportunities will appear, and your destiny will be realized. Commitment is king. Kingdom is yours for the taking. Discipline builds destiny. Let me say it again, discipline builds destiny. Not luck, not talent, not even opportunity. Discipline. Discipline is the invisible force that shapes your life, that determines your future, transforms ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. Discipline is not always glamorous. It does not always feel exciting. It does not depend on inspiration or fleeting motivation, but it is the engine that drives your dreams into reality. You see, everyone talks about dreams. Everyone talks about goals. Everyone talks about wanting success, wanting greatness, wanting to leave a mark on the world. But wanting is not enough. Dreams without action, visions without structure, desires without commitment, they will never come to life. Discipline is the bridge between where you are today and where you are meant to be tomorrow. Discipline is the quiet power that multiplies your efforts, amplifies your focus, and turns consistent actions into monumental results. Discipline is about doing what needs to be done, even when you do not feel like doing it. It is about rising early when the world is still asleep. It is about staying focused when distractions surround you. It is about choosing long-term gain over short-term comfort. Discipline is the refusal to allow temporary feelings, temporary pain, temporary frustration to derail your progress. It is the daily commitment to excellence, to preparation, and to perseverance, even when the journey seems too long or too hard. Talent without discipline is wasted potential. Intelligence without discipline is unfulfilled promise. Opportunity without discipline is lost forever. The most gifted, the most talented, the most fortunate without discipline. They achieve only a fraction of what they are capable of. Discipline is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Discipline is what separates those who succeed from those who merely dream. Discipline builds destiny because it ensures that your effort, your energy, your focus are applied consistently and purposefully. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is empowerment. Discipline is the tool that allows you to master yourself, to control your impulses, to overcome procrastination, and to stay committed to your vision. Discipline trains your mind to obey your purpose, not your emotions. Discipline teaches you that greatness is not a result of feelings or luck. It is a result of consistent, intentional action. It teaches you that you do not need to feel motivated to move forward. You simply need to move. And movement, guided by discipline, creates progress. Think about the lives of people who have achieved lasting success. Do you think they always felt like working? Do you think they always woke up full of energy and excitement? No. They had discipline. They had the ability to show up day after day to do what was necessary, to push past resistance, to endure challenges, and to remain focused on their purpose regardless of how they felt. Discipline allowed them to keep going when others quit, to keep building when others gave up, and to keep moving when the world told them to stop. Discipline is built in the small, everyday choices. It is in the decision to read when others watch television. It is in the choice to practice when others sleep. It is in the commitment to improve, to prepare, and to perfect your craft, even when no one is applauding. Discipline is in the habits you form, in the routines you follow, in the sacrifices you make, and in the persistence you demonstrate. These small acts repeated daily compound over time into extraordinary results. Discipline is king because it ensures that every action counts, every moment matters, every effort contributes to your destiny. Do not underestimate the power of consistency. Discipline ensures consistency. It gives structure to your days, order to your actions, and alignment to your purpose. When discipline becomes your standard, you no longer rely on luck or circumstances. You do not wait for perfect conditions or ideal timing. You act consistently, intentionally, faithfully, until the vision in your mind becomes the reality in your life. Discipline builds destiny because it makes you unstoppable, unshakable, and unmovable. Path of discipline is not always easy. You will be tempted to give up. You will be challenged by fatigue, distractions, and setbacks. You will face moments when quitting seems easier than continuing. But remember, this discipline is forged in adversity. Discipline is strengthened in struggle. Discipline is revealed in the moments when you choose to rise, when you choose to endure, and when you choose to remain committed to your purpose. The more you exercise discipline, the stronger it becomes. The more you master discipline, the closer you move towards your destiny. Discipline also teaches patience. It reminds you that greatness is not instantaneous. It is not a one-time event. It is the result of consistent, deliberate action over time. Discipline helps you resist shortcuts, avoid quick fixes, and stay committed to the process even when the results are delayed. It builds character, resilience, and wisdom. Discipline shapes not only your external life, but also your inner strength, preparing you to handle the responsibilities, challenges, and opportunities that come with your destiny. Commit to discipline. Commit to showing up even when you do not feel like it. Commit to working even when the reward is not immediate. To improving even when progress seems slow. Commit to perseverance even when the road is rough. Let discipline guide your actions, govern your habits, and direct your focus. Let it become the foundation upon which your destiny is built. Talent opens doors, opportunity knocks, and luck may favor you. But discipline determines whether you are ready when it matters most. Discipline builds skills. Discipline builds character. Discipline builds resilience. Ultimately, discipline builds destiny. It takes ordinary effort and transforms it into extraordinary achievement. It turns fleeting motivation into lifelong success. It creates results that last, impact that matters, and a life that fulfills your purpose. I will be disciplined. I will stay focused. I will honor my purpose. I will persist, no matter the obstacles, no matter the setbacks, no matter the distractions. Discipline is my tool. Discipline is my power. Discipline builds my destiny. When you live this way, when discipline becomes your standard, you will see that nothing can stop you. Your destiny is waiting, and discipline is the key that will unlock it. Small steps matter. In our pursuit of success, greatness, and fulfillment, we often wait for monumental breakthroughs, dramatic changes, or life-altering moments. We want overnight results, instant recognition, and immediate success. But let me tell you something, destiny is not built in a day. Greatness is not achieved in a single moment. It is built one step at a time, one decision at a time, one small, consistent effort at a time. Small steps matter because they are the foundation of every great achievement. Every master, every leader, every innovator, every person who has left a mark on this world started small. They did not begin with perfection. They did not begin with enormous resources. They did not begin with overwhelming support. They began with one step, one choice, one effort, and then another, and another, and another. That is how momentum is created. That is how progress is made. That is how dreams become reality. A single drop of water may seem insignificant, but drop by drop, it can carve through mountains. A single grain of sand may appear meaningless, but layer by layer, it can build vast deserts. Your small actions, repeated faithfully over time, compound into results far greater than you could imagine. Small steps matter because they are cumulative. They are consistent. They are unstoppable when applied every day with persistence and purpose. So often, people give up because they feel their efforts are too small to make a difference. They look at the mountain before them and say, I am too insignificant. Actions won't change anything. My effort won't matter. But let me tell you today, that is a lie. Every small step matters. Every small choice matters. Every single effort contributes to the masterpiece of your life. Nothing is wasted when it is done in faith, with purpose, and with consistency. Small steps matter because they teach discipline. They train your mind, your body, and your spirit to follow through. They build habits that last. Reinforce the principle that success is not a single giant leap, but a series of consistent, intentional actions. When you take small steps consistently, you create momentum that grows, accelerates, and eventually carries you to heights you never imagined. Momentum is built in the small, ordinary moments, not in the occasional extraordinary acts. Small steps matter because they make the impossible possible. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, as the saying goes. It is not the giant leaps that change lives, it is the decision to start, to continue, and to keep moving even when progress feels invisible. The small victories, the tiny improvements, the incremental gains, these are what accumulate over time to produce massive results. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a step closer to your dreams. Small steps matter because they build confidence. When you see yourself following through on your commitments, even in small ways, you prove to yourself that you are capable. You reinforce the belief that you can do what you set out to do. Confidence is not built in grand gestures. It is built in the consistency of small actions. Each small step is a vote for your own potential, a declaration that you will not be defeated by fear, doubt, or impatience. Small steps matter because they prevent overwhelm. Life can feel like an insurmountable mountain when you focus only on the big picture. You look at your goals and dreams and think, this is too much. I cannot handle it. I will never get there. But when you focus on small steps, the journey becomes manageable. You break down your vision into achievable actions. You take it one step at a time, and suddenly, the mountain does not seem so impossible. Small steps matter because they transform fear into focus, chaos into clarity, and dreams into actionable plans. Small steps matter because they create habits. Habits are the backbone of success. They determine the trajectory of your life far more than motivation, inspiration, or talent ever will. Small, repeated actions become automatic behaviors. They form routines that support your goals. They make excellence inevitable because excellence is not a single act, it is a pattern of repeated actions. When you commit to small steps, you commit to a life of consistency, progress, and growth. Small steps matter because they teach patience. In a world that craves instant results, patience is a rare and powerful virtue. Small steps remind you that meaningful change takes time, that mastery, skill, and achievement cannot be rushed. That every effort, every choice, every action matters, even when the results are not immediate. Patience combined with persistence is unstoppable. Small steps teach you to trust the process, to honor the journey, and to keep moving even when you cannot yet see the outcome. Small steps matter because they lead to transformation. Transformation is not sudden. Transformation is not dramatic. Transformation is the result of cumulative effort, repeated daily, consistently, faithfully. Your small steps, taken with purpose and intentionality, shape your character, strengthen your discipline, and prepare you for the responsibilities and blessings that will come with success. Small steps matter because they are the building blocks of your destiny. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for a huge breakthrough. Stop waiting for inspiration to strike. Start where you are. Take the first step. Take another step, and then another. Make progress every single day, no matter how small. Let your life be a testament to the power of small steps. Let your actions, repeated consistently, speak louder than words. Your journey demonstrate that greatness is built one step at a time, and that no effort is ever wasted. The life you want, the success you desire, and the impact you long to make are not achieved overnight. They are achieved through consistent, faithful action. They are achieved by honoring every small step, every decision, every effort along the way. Small steps matter because they build momentum, they build character, they build confidence, and ultimately build destiny. I will take small steps every day. I will honor the process. I will remain faithful to my journey. I will not despise the little things because I know that small steps matter, and they will carry me to greatness. When you live this way, your dreams will become reality, your goals will be achieved, and your destiny will unfold exactly as it was meant to. Today, I want to speak to you about a principle that will determine whether you rise or fall, whether you succeed or stay stuck, whether your dreams live or die persistence through adversity. Life will challenge you. Life will test you, push you to your limits, and when it does, it will try to convince you to quit, to give up, to surrender. Your response in those moments, that is what defines you. Persistence through adversity is the difference between those who achieve greatness and those who settle for mediocrity. Adversity is inevitable. Everyone faces it. No one is exempt. It does not discriminate. It comes in different forms: financial struggles, broken relationships, health challenges, failures, rejection, disappointment, betrayal. Sometimes it comes all at once, like a storm with no warning, shaking the foundation of your life. Adversity is not your enemy. It is your test. It is your training ground. It is the furnace that refines your character, strengthens your resolve, prepares you for the victory that is waiting on the other side. Persistence through adversity means refusing to give up, even when everything in your body, mind, and spirit is telling you to quit. It means rising one more time than you fall. It means moving forward, even when the path is unclear, even when the road is rough, even when hope feels distant. It means holding on to your dreams, your vision, and your purpose, not because it is easy, because it is necessary. Persistence is not about luck. It is not about waiting for the right circumstances. It is about determination. It is about courage. It is about an unyielding refusal to let adversity defeat you. Consider the stories of those who have achieved extraordinary things. Do you think they did so without facing challenges? Do you think they did not encounter rejection, failure, and disappointment? No. They faced immense adversity, yet they persisted. They endured what others could not endure. They refused to quit when the world said it was over. That is the power of persistence. That is the power of refusing to let circumstances define your future. That is the power of resilience, the unwavering determination to keep moving, keep fighting, and keep believing, no matter how hard life pushes back. Persistence through adversity is not passive, it is active. It is intentional. It requires strategy, focus, and faith. It requires that you take one step forward, even when the mountain seems insurmountable. It requires that you make one more call, take one more action, try one more time, even when every part of you wants to surrender. Persistence is about refusing to allow temporary setbacks to become permanent defeats. It is about turning obstacles into opportunities, trials into lessons, challenges into stepping stones toward your destiny. Adversity often comes disguised as fear, doubt, or failure. It whispers lies in your ear. You cannot do this. You are not strong enough. This is impossible. You will never succeed. But persistence refuses to listen to those lies. Persistence rises above fear. Persistence rejects doubt. Persistence chooses action over inaction. Persistence is the declaration that no matter how hard life hits, you will not be knocked out. You will rise, you will endure, you will prevail. Persistence through adversity also teaches patience. The road to success is rarely straight. It is filled with detours, delays, and disappointments. If you give up at the first sign of difficulty, you will never reach your destination. Persistence teaches you to endure the process, to trust the timing, to continue moving forward even when progress feels slow. It reminds you that every step, every effort, every struggle is preparing you for the breakthrough that is coming. Persistence is the quiet force that works behind the scenes, turning struggle into strength, pain into power, and endurance into achievement. Persistence through adversity is also a test of character. It reveals who you truly are when the lights are off, when no one is watching, when the world seems against you. It shows whether you are someone who will be defeated by circumstance or someone who will rise above it. It shows whether you are committed to your purpose or only interested in convenience. Your greatness is not measured by how you act when life is easy. It is measured by how you respond when life is hard. Persistence is the hallmark of those who refuse to be defined by adversity. Persistence requires faith, not just faith in the outcome, but faith in yourself, faith in your purpose, and faith in the process. You may not see the results immediately. You may not understand why challenges keep coming. You may feel exhausted, discouraged, or overwhelmed. But persistence is the bridge between effort and reward. It is the rope that pulls you over the cliff of doubt, the ladder that elevates you above failure, the vehicle that carries you toward your breakthrough. Faith fuels persistence, and persistence delivers results. Persistence through adversity is contagious. When others see your refusal to quit, your determination to keep moving, and your courage to face challenges head on, they are inspired. Your persistence becomes a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of resilience, and a living example that adversity is not the end. It is the beginning of greatness. Your life, built on persistence, will encourage others to endure, to fight, to believe in their own capacity to overcome. Do not give up. Do not let adversity define you. Do not allow failure, rejection, or setbacks to convince you that your dreams are impossible. Stand firm. Keep moving. Keep striving. Keep fighting. Every challenge you face, every obstacle you overcome, every trial you endure is adding strength to your character, clarity to your purpose, and momentum to your destiny. Persistence through adversity is not easy, but it is powerful. It is transformative. It is life-changing. I will persist. I will endure. I will rise above every obstacle. I will keep moving, keep believing, and keep striving no matter the difficulty, no matter the setback, no matter the storm. Persistence through adversity is my path, my power, and my promise to myself. When you live with this mindset, when you refuse to be defeated by circumstances, your life will become a testimony of triumph. Your journey will inspire others, and your destiny will be fulfilled. Challenges will come, storms will rise, and difficulties will test you, but persistence through adversity will carry you through. Keep moving, keep fighting, keep believing. Your breakthrough is on the other side of your persistence. Your victory awaits those who refuse to quit. And when you look back one day, you will realize that the struggles you endured were not barriers. They were the building blocks of your greatness. Faith over feelings. So often, we allow our emotions to dictate our decisions, our actions, and even our destiny. We wake up discouraged, doubtful, or fearful. We let those feelings control our choices. We think, I don't feel ready. I don't feel strong enough. Feel like I can do this. But let me tell you something, your feelings are not your guide. Faith is. Faith is what moves mountains, breaks chains, turns impossible situations into miraculous outcomes. Faith over feelings is the principle that separates those who succeed from those who fail, those who rise from those who remain stagnant, those who fulfill their purpose from those who surrender to circumstance. Feelings are fleeting. They change from moment to moment. One day you feel hopeful. The next you feel discouraged. One moment you feel motivated. The next exhausted. One day you feel confident. The next fearful. If you base your life on how you feel, you will constantly be swinging between extremes, never finding stability, making progress, never fulfilling your potential. Feelings are unreliable. They are temporary. They are a response to circumstance, not a guide to destiny. Faith, on the other hand, is constant. Faith is the anchor that holds you steady in the storms of life. Faith is the compass that guides you when the path is unclear. Faith is the power that compels you to move forward, even when everything in your body and mind says to stop. Faith over feelings requires decision. It is a conscious choice to trust what you cannot yet see, to believe in what has not yet manifested, and to act according to principle rather than emotion. It is the decision to move forward in spite of fear, to persevere in spite of doubt, and to obey your purpose in spite of uncertainty. Faith does not deny feelings, simply refuses to let them dictate your actions. Faith says, I will move forward because I know my destiny is greater than my current emotions. I will rise above how I feel because my purpose demands it. A faith over feelings is demonstrated in action. It is not passive. It is not idle hope. Faith requires that you do what you know is right, even when you do not feel like it. It requires that you take the next step, even when the outcome is uncertain. It requires that you continue to work, to pray, to prepare, and to persist, even when your emotions are screaming at you to give up. Action fueled by faith, not feelings, is the force that transforms dreams into reality, plans into execution, and visions into breakthroughs. Look at the lives of the people who have achieved greatness. Do you think they always felt ready? Do you think they always felt confident? Do you think they always woke up inspired? No, they acted in faith. They moved forward despite fear, despite doubt, despite uncertainty. They obeyed the call of their purpose when their feelings told them to retreat. That is the essence of faith over feelings, choosing to act in alignment with your destiny, even when your emotions are out of alignment. Faith over feelings also builds resilience. Life will test you. Life will challenge you. Life will bring disappointment, setbacks, and pain. Your feelings will tell you to quit. Your emotions will urge you to take the easy way out. But faith gives you the strength to endure. Faith reminds you that every challenge is temporary, every trial has a purpose, and that your ultimate victory is assured if you remain steadfast. Faith over feelings allows you to persevere when others give up. It allows you to remain strong when the world shakes. It allows you to keep moving when circumstances suggest that stopping is the only option. Faith over feelings requires patience. Results do not always come immediately. Answers do not always arrive when we want them. Breakthroughs do not always happen on our timetable. If we rely on feelings alone, we will be frustrated, anxious, and discouraged by delays. Faith teaches us to trust the process, to believe in the unseen, to continue acting in alignment with our purpose, knowing that the harvest will come in due season. Faith over feelings allows you to remain steadfast, patient, and persistent, even when the journey feels long and the destination seems distant. Faith over feelings is also transformative. It changes the way you see challenges, obstacles, and setbacks. When you operate by faith, difficulties become opportunities. Setbacks become lessons. Delays become preparation. Fear becomes motivation. Faith shifts your perspective, allowing you to see beyond your current emotions and circumstances to the reality of what is possible. It reminds you that your destiny is not determined by temporary feelings, but by your commitment to trust, to act, and to persevere. Faith over feelings creates courage. It empowers you to step into the unknown, to take risks, and to pursue your purpose with boldness. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is action in spite of fear. Faith allows you to move forward even when your heart is trembling, even when your mind is filled with doubt, even when your emotions scream at you to stop. Faith over feelings is the source of unstoppable courage, the kind that defies circumstances and overcomes impossible odds. Faith over feelings also inspires others. When people see your unwavering trust, your steadfast action, and your refusal to be controlled by emotion, they are encouraged. Your life becomes a testimony that faith is stronger than fear, hope is stronger than doubt, and action is stronger than emotion. Your example shows others that they, too, can rise above their feelings, trust the process, and fulfill their destiny. Faith over feelings is not just personal, it is contagious. It uplifts, motivates, and empowers those around you. Do not be ruled by how you feel. Do not make decisions based on temporary emotions. Choose faith. Choose to act, to persevere, to obey, and to trust even when your feelings tell you to stop. Declare that your purpose, your vision, and your destiny are more powerful than your emotions. Let faith be your guide, your anchor, and your source of courage. Let faith over feelings shape your life, direct your decisions, and define your destiny. Rise up today with this declaration: I will choose faith over feelings. I will trust in the unseen. I will act according to purpose, not emotion. I will persevere, persist, and obey, even when my feelings tell me to give up. Faith over feelings is my path, my power, and my promise to myself. When you live this way, your life will become a testament to the power of faith. You will overcome obstacles, endure challenges, and achieve victories that feelings alone could never have carried you to. Faith over feelings will lead you to your destiny. Feelings are temporary. Faith is eternal. Feelings may mislead you. Faith will guide you. Feelings may discourage you. Faith will sustain you. Feelings may change with circumstances. Faith remains steadfast. Choose faith over feelings. You will discover the strength, the courage, and the perseverance to rise above every challenge, to fulfill every purpose, and to achieve every dream. Today, I want to speak to you about a truth that is often overlooked, underestimated, and misunderstood. Consistency is invisible work. Most people chase instant results. Most people want to see immediate success, instant recognition, and quick breakthroughs. They want applause without effort, reward without persistence, and victory without the grind. But the truth is this: the real power, the real progress, real success are built in the invisible work. Those hours, those moments, those efforts that no one sees, but that shape everything you will ever achieve. Consistency is the engine behind every triumph. the foundation beneath every victory, and the silent force that propels ordinary people into extraordinary lives. Consistency is not always glamorous. It does not always feel exciting. It is not about a one-time heroic effort. It is about showing up day after day, faithfully, diligently, and purposefully, even when the results are not visible. It is about putting in the work when no one is watching, when no one is applauding, when no one seems to notice. That is where greatness is born, in the invisible work, in the quiet, repetitive, disciplined actions that compound over time. An athlete does not become a champion overnight. A writer does not create a masterpiece in a single session. Musician does not perform flawlessly after one rehearsal. Success is built in the repetition, in the practice, in the daily dedication to improvement. Consistency is the quiet force that prepares you for the moments when recognition finally comes. It is the invisible work that sets you apart from those who are inconsistent, distracted, or undisciplined. Consistency is invisible. Its impact is undeniable. It shapes your habits, molds your character, and strengthens your resolve. It teaches patience, endurance, and perseverance. It trains your mind to prioritize long-term results over short-term gratification. It builds the discipline necessary to keep moving forward, even when progress seems slow, even when the road feels long, and even when results are delayed. Invisible work is never wasted. It is accumulating, compounding, and preparing you for the breakthrough that is on the horizon. Many people fail because they do not understand this principle. They measure their efforts by immediate results. They compare themselves to others who appear to have instant success. They grow discouraged when their work is unseen, unrecognized, or delayed. But the truth is that consistency does not require applause. Consistency does not require validation. Consistency requires faith, faith that the small, persistent actions you take today are shaping the results you will enjoy tomorrow. Invisible work is the unseen foundation upon which visible success is built. Consistency is not always easy. There are days when you feel tired. There are days when your energy is low, when distractions are high, when life seems to pull you in every direction. There are moments when it seems like your effort is invisible, unnoticed, and meaningless. But it is precisely in those moments that consistency matters most. Showing up, doing the work, remaining faithful to your process when no one is watching is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. Invisible work is a test of character, determination, and commitment. Consistency also builds trust. Trust in yourself, trust in your process, and trust in your purpose. When you consistently take the right step, you prove to yourself that you are capable. You reinforce the belief that you can follow through on your commitments. You develop the confidence that comes from knowing that your actions repeated faithfully over time will yield results. Invisible work is the quiet affirmation that you are preparing for the breakthrough, even when it seems far away. Consider the great figures in history. The innovators, the leaders, the visionaries. Do you think their success was visible from the beginning? Do you think it came without countless hours of invisible work? No, their mastery, influence, and accomplishments were the result of consistent effort, disciplined practice, and relentless perseverance. They invested in the invisible work, and eventually, their consistency became visible in the form of achievement, recognition, and impact. This is why consistency is king. It quietly builds the life, career, destiny that everyone else notices later. Invisible work is also a lesson in patience. In a world obsessed with instant gratification, consistency teaches you to wait, to endure, and to trust the process. It reminds you that meaningful results are rarely immediate. They require time, effort, and dedication. The work you put in today may not yield immediate recognition, but it is building momentum, shaping skills, preparing you for the opportunities that will come in the future. Patience and persistence, combined with invisible work, are unstoppable forces. Consistency compounds. Every effort, every action, every repetition adds up. Small, repeated actions may seem insignificant in isolation, but over time, they create massive results. One day, you will look back and realize that the progress you sought was never sudden. It was the natural outcome of persistent, invisible effort. Every challenge you endured, every task you completed, every moment of discipline was a deposit in the bank of your success. Invisible work is cumulative. It grows, multiplies, and eventually becomes undeniable. Consistency also protects against distraction. Life is full of interruptions, temptations, and competing priorities. The inconsistent are easily swayed, derailed, and diverted. The consistent person who invests in invisible work, who shows up every day, who honors their commitments, develops focus, resilience, and determination. Invisible work trains your mind and character to withstand distraction and maintain alignment with your purpose. It is the silent power that ensures your actions remain intentional, deliberate, and directed toward your ultimate goals. Do not despise the invisible work. Do not measure your worth by immediate recognition. Do not quit because results are delayed. Embrace the consistency that others overlook. Honor the small, faithful actions, the repeated effort, the discipline that no one sees. Know that every hour, every task, every step you take in quiet persistence is shaping your future. Your invisible work will one day produce visible results. The impact will be greater than you ever imagined. I will commit to consistency. I will honor the invisible work. I will show up, do the work, and remain faithful to the process even when no one is watching. I will trust that my persistent effort is building my future, shaping my destiny, preparing me for the breakthroughs that are coming. When you live this way, your life will become a testament to the power of consistency, the importance of invisible work, and the truth that greatness is built quietly, steadily, and faithfully over time. Consistency is invisible work. It is also unstoppable. Consistency may go unnoticed today, but it will become undeniable tomorrow. Consistency is the silent architect of success, the unseen engine of progress, and the quiet builder of destiny. Invest in your invisible work and watch your life transform, your dreams materialize, your purpose fulfilled. Today, I want to speak to you about a principle that will determine whether you rise or fall, whether you achieve greatness or remain stuck. Resilience is required. Life will challenge you. Life will test you. Life will push you to the edge. It will bring disappointments, failures, betrayals, and moments when everything seems to collapse around you. And in those moments, the question is not whether life will challenge you. It is how you will respond. Resilience is the key that separates those who overcome from those who succumb. Resilience is the strength to endure, to persevere, and to rise again no matter how many times you are knocked down. Resilience is not a gift. Is not reserved for the strongest, the smartest, or the luckiest. Resilience is a skill, a mindset, a decision to keep moving forward despite difficulty. It is the refusal to give up even when the weight of the world seems unbearable. It is the inner strength that whispers, "This is not the end. I will rise. I will overcome. I will endure." Resilience is required because life will never be without challenges. The storms will come, the setbacks will appear, the trials will test you, but your resilience will determine whether you are defeated or victorious. Resilience is forged in struggle. It grows stronger in the fires of adversity. It is in the moments of pain, disappointment, and challenge that resilience is built. When life pushes you down, resilience teaches you to rise. When circumstances threaten to overwhelm you, resilience empowers you to stand firm. When others quit, resilience keeps you moving. The greatest victories are often preceded by the greatest struggles, and resilience is what carries you through the storms that would have stopped others. Resilience is a choice. It is the decision to endure, to persevere, to keep moving forward regardless of circumstance. It is the decision to refuse to be defined by failure, fear, or defeat. It is the commitment to rise one more time than you fall, to persist one more step than you stumble, and to continue one more moment than you feel you can. Life will not always be fair. People will disappoint you. Challenges will overwhelm you. But resilience says, "I will not be defeated. I will keep going. I will endure." Resilience is also a mindset. It is the perspective that sees obstacles not as dead ends, but as opportunities for growth. It is the ability to view failure as a lesson, setbacks as preparation, and adversity as training. Resilience is the understanding that pain, difficulty, challenge are not signs that you are weak. They are opportunities to become stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the destiny that awaits you. Resilience transforms challenges into stepping stones and struggles into catalysts for greatness. Resilience requires courage. It is not easy to stand firm when everything around you seems to crumble. It is not easy to keep moving when fear, doubt, and uncertainty surround you. It is not easy to maintain faith in your purpose when the road is rough and the journey feels endless. Resilience empowers you to take courageous steps in spite of fear. It gives you the strength to continue when quitting seems easier. It gives you the determination to persevere when the world tells you to stop. Resilience is courage in action, persistence in motion, and faith in progress. Resilience is also about adaptability. Life will not always go as planned. Circumstances will change. People will fail you. Plans will collapse. Resilience allows you to adjust, to pivot, and to find new paths to your goals. It teaches flexibility, creativity, and resourcefulness. Resilience does not mean stubbornly holding to one approach. It means holding firmly to your purpose while finding ways to overcome every obstacle in your path. Resilience is the combination of steadfastness and adaptability. The ability to endure without being rigid, to persist without being reckless, to rise above every challenge without losing your vision. Resilience builds character. It teaches patience, discipline, and strength. It cultivates humility, empathy, and wisdom. Every challenge you endure, every setback you overcome, every difficulty you face strengthens your inner fortitude. Resilience is the invisible force that prepares you for leadership, responsibility, and influence. It equips you to handle success when it comes, failure when it appears, and pressure when life demands it. Resilience is required because life will not always be easy. Those who endure become the ones who change the world. Resilience is also contagious. When others see your ability to withstand challenges, to persevere through pain, and to rise despite difficulty, they are inspired. Your resilience becomes a beacon of hope, an example of courage, and a testament to the power of determination. Your life, built on resilience, encourages others to endure, to persist, to believe that they too can rise above their challenges. Resilience not only shapes your destiny, it impacts the lives of those around you. Do not quit when life gets hard. Do not surrender to fear, doubt, or disappointment. Do not allow setbacks, failures, or adversity to define you. Stand firm. Rise again. Persist one more time than you stumble. Push forward one more step than you thought possible. Resilience is required because your destiny demands it. Every challenge you face, every trial you endure, every difficulty you overcome is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. I will be resilient, will endure, I will persevere, no matter how hard life pushes me, no matter how many times I am knocked down, no matter how overwhelming the challenge. Resilience is my strength, my weapon, and my shield. I will rise, I will overcome, and I will achieve my destiny. When you live with this mindset, you will discover that no storm can defeat you, no setback can stop you, and no challenge can overpower you. Your resilience will carry you through every trial, preparing you for every blessing, opportunity, and victory that is coming your way. Life will challenge you, but resilience is required. You cannot avoid adversity, but you can choose how you respond. You can allow it to break you, or you can allow it to build you. You can surrender to despair, or you can rise with courage. You can give up, or you can persevere. Resilience is the difference between a life of mediocrity and a life of extraordinary achievement. Stand firm, endure, persist, rise. Your destiny is waiting. Resilience is your key to unlock it. The reward comes later. Life often tempts us to seek instant gratification, immediate recognition, and quick results. We live in a world that celebrates speed, immediacy, and convenience. But the most significant rewards, the ones that truly change your life, elevate your purpose, and leave a lasting impact, do not arrive overnight. They come later. They come after the struggle, after the discipline, after the patience, and after the work that no one sees. You see, life has a rhythm. There is a time to plant and a time to harvest, a time to sow and a time to reap. And if you try to skip the process, if you demand instant results, you will always be frustrated. You will always feel unsatisfied. You will always wonder why your efforts do not pay off. But the truth is that every great achievement, every lasting success, every meaningful victory comes after preparation, effort, and time. The reward comes later. The reward comes later because growth is a process. You cannot rush maturity. You cannot force skill, wisdom, or strength overnight. You must cultivate them, nurture them, and allow them to develop. Every struggle you endure, every challenge you face, every obstacle you overcome is preparing you for the reward that is waiting. Every late night, early morning, moment of sacrifice is building the foundation for what is to come. The reward comes later because it must be earned, shaped, refined through perseverance and discipline. Patience is essential. Patience is not passive waiting, it is active endurance. It is the ability to continue working faithfully even when results are delayed. Patience is trusting the process, believing that your effort is not wasted, and understanding that the timing of your reward is aligned with your preparation. When you plant seeds today, you do not harvest tomorrow. You water, you nurture, you protect, and you wait. The reward comes later, but it comes in full measure when the time is right. Do not be discouraged by delay. Delay is not denial. Just because you do not see immediate results does not mean your work is in vain. The reward is being prepared in ways you cannot yet see or understand. The skills, resilience, discipline, character you are developing now are part of the reward that'll come later. Every challenge you face, every setback you endure, every effort you invest is stacking up for the future victory that has been promised. The reward comes later, but it is coming, and it will be worth every moment of patience. Hard work is the vehicle that carries you toward your reward. There are no shortcuts, no easy paths, and no instant miracles. Those who seek to avoid effort often find that their results are shallow, temporary, or incomplete. Those who work diligently, faithfully, and consistently understand that their efforts are building something lasting. The reward comes later because true success is built on a foundation of preparation, discipline, and perseverance. Instant results may feel good. Lasting results require time, commitment, and endurance. Sacrifice is part of the journey. The reward often comes after you have given up comfort, convenience, and immediate pleasure. You will be asked to do what is difficult, to remain focused when others are distracted, to stay committed when the easy path tempts you. Sacrifice is the currency that pays for the reward that comes later. Those who understand this principle do not complain about the delay. They endure the temporary discomfort, knowing that the payoff will far exceed the price they paid. Faith is essential because you cannot always see the reward while you are in the process. Be days when doubt whispers in your ear, when fear clouds your vision, and when frustration threatens to derail you. But faith allows you to continue, to trust that your efforts are not wasted, and to believe that the reward is coming. Faith bridges the gap between effort and outcome. It sustains you through the waiting period, reminds you of your purpose, and empowers you to persevere when patience alone might falter. Reward comes later because life is a test of endurance. It is easy to start, it is easy to dream, it is easy to make plans. But it is hard to follow through, persist, and to remain steadfast in the face of challenges. The delay in reward is not a punishment, it is a test. It separates those who are willing to endure for greatness from those who settle for mediocrity. Those who persist, who remain faithful, who continue to work despite the waiting period are the ones who ultimately experience the fullness of their reward. Do not compare your journey to others. Many people see the successes of others and feel discouraged because their own reward has not yet arrived. The timing of your reward is unique to your journey. Your efforts, your challenges, your growth are being tailored to prepare you for the reward that is coming specifically to you. Comparison will only create impatience. Trust the process, focus on your preparation, and understand that the reward comes later in perfect timing. Celebrate the small victories along the way. The reward comes later. There are moments of progress, growth, and learning that should be acknowledged now. Every step forward, no matter how small, is part of the journey. These moments are the building blocks of the larger reward. They are the evidence that your effort is not wasted, that your discipline is paying off, your perseverance is bearing fruit. The reward comes later, but every moment of preparation counts toward it. Do not give up. Do not quit because you do not see immediate results. Do not surrender to impatience, frustration, or doubt. Continue to work, to sacrifice, to endure, to trust. Every action you take now, every moment of discipline, and every effort of persistence is preparing you for the reward that is coming later. Your journey is not in vain. Your work is not wasted. Your breakthrough is near. The reward comes later, but it will come with power, purpose, and impact. I will remain faithful. I will endure. I will continue to work, to persevere, and to trust, even when my reward is not yet visible. Understand that the reward comes later, but it is coming in full measure, and it will be worth every moment of patience and effort. I will not give up because my future victory is being prepared now. When you live with this mindset, when you trust the process and remain faithful in your efforts, you will discover that the reward is not only worth waiting for, it is greater than you could have imagined. The reward comes later. It comes after patience, sacrifice, and perseverance. It comes to those who endure, who persist, and who refuse to be swayed by temporary feelings or delays. The reward comes later, but it comes with fullness, power, and life-changing impact. Trust the process, stay faithful, keep working, keep enduring. Your reward is coming, and it will be worth every moment of waiting.